what I wanted to do, you have in your folder a copy of the former code section that addresses what was the previous person testifying. And if you note, this comes really from what we call the common law. That's how far back it goes. It was codified originally in 1863, and apparently there may have been some bringing forward into the new codes and list all the codes coming up through the 1933 code. And of course, this is the 1983 code you're looking at is 24-9-69 without much change. Our proposal, which is 24-6-612, is not exactly what you have under the federal rule, but it does have some similarity. The difference being, if a person is prior to trial, say they read a manuscript or something as a way of preparing themselves for that trial, then the party who cross-examines them would have the right to be given that same manuscript to review as a part of that person's testimony. So they can be cross-examined. Did you do anything in preparation for your testimony in this matter today, whether it be a deposition or hearing or trial? And the witness would testify, yes, I read a manuscript, et cetera, and identify the manuscript, and the individual would be the attorney would be entitled, as a part of the cross-examination, to be made aware of what that was, and also probably to receive a copy of it to review. The difference was where we have in the provision, if you look at the bill, under that section that we're talking about, which is section 2, we had one word that was improperly stated in the law, and that was with regards to a person who is testifying but has received a document that came to them for review as a part of that testimony from their attorney. That would be a part of the attorney's work product or the DA's work product in that matter. So they would have the chance to say, okay, if Mr. Jacobs is my witness, I'm saying, Mr. Jacob, this is something I obtained as a copy of a report from the police officers, and you can read this over, but I received this as a part of what I am doing in preparation of my trial work. In this case, you could do that. It doesn't mean the other lawyer, you may have to identify it, but it doesn't mean the other lawyer on cross-examination or otherwise would be able to get access to that because it's a part of my work product. So that was the difference that we were trying to get clarified by taking out prior to trial and putting in prior to testifying. That is the sole change that's made in that provision. And Paul Millich, Professor Millich, stated this is the appropriate and only place that there would be a change to be made in this provision of 24-6-612. That, therefore, we are back to consideration of the bill. I should have turned this over to you, Mr. Vice Chair. I'm sorry. I will do so now after I've gone through the explanation for you to conduct further hearing on the bill before the committee, which is House Bill 3.
All right, the chairman, we've called up House Bill 3, and the chairman has explained the bill. Are there any further questions from the chairman or any comments from members of the committee? Seeing none, does anyone want to testify on the bill? Is anyone here have anything to say about House Bill 3? Seeing none, we'll go ahead and close off discussion. The bill is now in the hands of the committee. I'll take a motion. There's a motion due pass. Is there a second? Second. All right. Any discussion? There's a motion due pass on House Bill 3 that's been seconded. Any discussion or amendments? Representative?
No, it wasn't. And you recognize for a motion? Okay.
All right. Any discussion or amendments? Seeing none, the chair calls the question on the bill. That's to give a due pass recommendation to House Bill 3 as introduced by the chairman. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, no. The bill moves forward with a due pass recommendation. I'll turn the chair back over to Chairman Willard.
Thank you. Do we have anyone else who wishes to address the committee today?
I have an announcement.
Yes, sir. We have an announcement by Vice Chair.
The inaugural Jacobs Subcommittee meeting for the 2013 session will be Monday morning at 9 a.m. Here in the Judiciary Committee room. We have 3 bills on the agenda. Again, that's Monday morning at 9 a.m. here in the Judiciary Committee room. Thank you. By number, I don't, but I know there are 2 by Representative Kidd, and then House Bill 160, which was first read today, which is one of my bills, will be in my subcommittee as well that day.
We will have a notice coming out probably no later than tomorrow about the hearing, and that'll identify the bills too. All right, if there's no further business, we will stand adjourned. I thank you for time and consideration with us.
They're right here. I'll give them Barry. I'll go give them to Barry.